Yo, what's up? Today, we're doing something different. I'm not gonna lie, for the past few days I've been having a pretty bad beat block. I found myself opening my FL Studio and messing around with stuff, but nothing I was making really impressed me. It felt like I was just opening the app just to do it, and in a way it felt like I lacked motive. But while I was just browsing the internet trying to find a spark of inspiration, I found something that helped me refocus. I found this Spin the Wheel app that had some very popular rappers' names on it. So I'm gonna spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on, I'll make a beat in their style. I thought this would be a really good way to exercise my producing chops and get out of my beat block. And it's so interesting how something as simple as a prompt can help you enter your sessions with a bit more focus. But yeah, I think this exercise is pretty fun to do, and I definitely recommend all my fellow producers to try it out. I'll leave a link to the wheel in the description. Go ahead, try it out. It's pretty fun. So without further ado, let's spin the wheel. The first beat we got, Travis Scott. Okay, so as soon as I saw the name Travis Scott, I started thinking about some of his more iconic eras. I could have done something like Rodeo or Birds in the Trap or even Astroworld, but for some reason my head went straight towards Jack Boys. Probably because I love the cover art. I want to make something similar to the song Gang Gang, and I was thinking of using a pretty cool sample with lots of acoustic sounds. For my track, I ended up using this amazing sample from the producer Static Link. A sample I found on Tracklib. This video is sponsored by Tracklib. Tracklib is an online record store designed specifically for sampling, providing you with real songs to flip and chop from all over the world, giving you access to artists like Isaac Hayes, Louis Armstrong, and Mozart. And with an ever-expanding catalog of over 100,000 songs to choose from, Tracklib has an excellent filter search, helping you search for that perfect vibe. For example, I was looking for some type of soulful sample for my Travis Scott type beat, and I found this excellent sample from the LA producer Static Link. And this sample sparked inspiration instantly. And since this song, along with 90% of Tracklib's catalog, is under the C license, I can clear this sample for a fraction of the price compared to normal clearing methods. And it's not just me. Plenty of artists like J. Cole, Lil Wayne, and DJ Khaled have taken advantage of Tracklib's incredible service, and you can too. If you use my link in the description, you'll get a free 30-day subscription and 15 download credits so you can get into crate digging right away. Huge thanks to Tracklib for sponsoring this video. Let's flip this sample. Alright, so boom. When I put the sample into FL Studio, I ended up looping the beginning section of it and sending it to Fruity Slicer. That's right, we're not just doing simple loops today, we chopping it up. I used Origin to lo-fi the sample, an EQ to cut the lows, and Reverb and Comeback Kid to add a little space and delay. Next, I made this preset in GMS to give it that cool Travis Scott style hover bass to play for the intro. Next up is the drums. I'm using some pretty nice sounding trap drums for this. Cool hi-hats, cool claps, and a booming bass. I'm also going to alternate between basses and use this aggressive sounding bass and kick for later parts of the song. It kind of gives the song a little bit more of like a rodeo vibe to it. And lastly, I added a few transition sounds. One of those sounds being a sample of Tyler the Creator saying psych. That's pretty much it. Here's the beat. Let's do the next beat. Who's gonna have it? Let's make a beat like 21 Savage. If I'm thinking 21 Savage, I'm thinking of I Am Greater Than I Was. I'm thinking of a lot. I'm thinking of his features on My Life or Surround Sound. I definitely need a beautiful, soulful sample with some really bouncy trap drums. Back on Tracklib, I did find a sample while browsing the curated 21 Savage collection, and it fit my vision perfectly. The sample has so many really interesting parts to it, but I ended up chopping and looping this vocal run section. I added a few effects like an EQ, stereo shaper, and reverb. Next, I added this cool Memphis vocal loop. Layered with the sample, it gave the beat this really cool rhythm and texture. I also added an EQ and stereo shaper to it. Next, I added the drums. Influenced by some of 21 Savage's producers like Metro Boomin. I used some nice trappy sounding kick, snare, and hi-hats. And this thick spin style bass. Lastly, I added this DJ scratch effect to play before the drums come in, and I also added the cymbal. That's pretty much everything. Here's the beat. Last beat, who's it gonna be? Who the fuck is Kendrick Lamar? So Kendrick has such a huge variety of beat selections to choose from. He's a master of the craft and can pretty much rap on anything. Maybe I could do something bass heavy and trappy like something off of Damn, or a more West Coast boom bap feel like something off of Good Kid Mad City. Or I could go straight off the wall and do something completely jazzy like To Pimp a Butterfly. But after I did some digging and some research, I decided to go with a more smoother style of Kendrick's music, similar to songs like All the Stars, Real, or Die Hard. I actually found this cool sample from Tracklib after going through their Good Kid Mad City inspired collection, and the sample I found has this really cool summery and airy vibe I was going for. I slowed down the sample from about 120 BPM to about 100 BPM, and then I looped the intro part of the song. I added kickstart as a sidechain effect to it, EQ to cut some of the lows, and a supermassive and reverb to really space out the sample. Another thing I did was I made a copy of that same loop, and then I format shifted it up one octave to use as a layer. I also bandpass EQ'd it and added supermassive and a stereo shaper. I also looped another section of the sample just to use as a B section. The drums were pretty simple. I just played a 4 on the floor beat rhythm. I also added these drum loops to give the song a little bit more texture. Lastly, I used a synth bass from Flex and made these two bass lines, one for the main part of the song and one for the B section. I really like how the beat is coming along, but I wanted to add some more ear candy. So I'm using this cool crash cymbal that also fits that kind of airy vibe of the sample. But now that I got everything done, let's do the arrangement, and here's the final beat.